my name is Sarah and welcome back to another episode of Talking Fast alongside me just like every single week for over 100 episodes now. Jacobmrrs, how goes it?
It's going well, Sarah. How are you doing? I've always expect to hear manager Jacob and my full name threw me off. I felt like I was in trouble.
That's true. Okay. I know. I feel like I've been mixing it up recently.
You have. You're keeping me on my toes.
We have to. It's over 100 episodes, so now we need to keep it on our toes.
But it's going well. It's going well.
Okay, great. What was something you were eating or drinking this week?
Okay. I think I talked about this maybe 2 years ago now, because I took a road trip to Hamilton and I took another road trip to Hamilton the other day.
Side note, would we consider, what are we defining as a road trip?
It was during rush hour, so it was like an hour and a half.
So
it feels like a road trip to go to Hamilton.
Is anything under 3 hours to Hamilton?
I drove on 2 different highways.
That's not a road trip. I need people in the comments to tell me.
What would you call it? A commute?
I drove to Hamilton is all I would say.
Nah, I'm going to say I had a road trip to
Okay,
Hamilton.
sure, you had a road trip to Hamilton.
I like Hamilton a lot. I put in my Instagram story. I was like, give me the best baked good in Hamilton. And I got a couple of different responses. And one was Donut Monster. And this is a donut shop that I visited a couple of years ago. And then I heard it was closing. So I just assumed that the beginning of this year, it was no more. But I looked it up and it is back in existence, and it gave me a little bit of hope because the community apparently in April came together and they found a buyer, and they've kept this like great little neighborhood donut shop alive. Sweet. And they do such a good job. They have like new flavors every single day. They were delicious. I picked up 3 different donuts to enjoy at home from Donut Monster. Go and check them out if you haven't already, or if you want to take a road trip from Toronto to Hamilton, go and do that.
Not a road trip.
Could not recommend more. And also, the prices there, Donut Monster, you need to raise your prices. Some of their donuts are like artisan donuts are like $3. Yeah, A, I want to buy a dozen. B, I'd pay more, and then maybe you'd stay in business for longer.
Yeah. I feel like though that's a standard. We're just jaded to Toronto prices.
I think so too. Keep your donuts the same. We'll just come visit more often.
Okay, we can promise.
Shout out Donut Monster.
Shout out Donut
Monster.
Donut Mustard would be so gross.
What about you? What are you eating or drinking this week?
I finally went to a Toronto institution that everyone talks about, Sugo.
Okay, did you go to Sugo proper or Bar Sugo?
No, I went to Bar Sugo because I couldn't get into Sugo proper. But it's
apparently
the same
menu now.
It's the same menu now.
Yeah.
The only thing they don't have is they said sandwiches or something.
Oh, they're like.
But I wasn't gonna order a veal sandwich anyways, so that's fine.
Pasta.
And the Caesar salad.
What did you get?
Okay, so first of all, I went at like 5 o'clock. That's why I got in, and it was so easy. And then I split. I was with someone that doesn't eat meat, so we got the eggplant parm.
Ooh.
Unbelievable. Eggplant parm was incredible. I would go back just for that. Caesar salad, unbelievable. The sauce was so good, and it was such large portions. We got the pesto spaghetti.
Okay.
Which was delicious, and the matzo sticks.
The matzo sticks, honestly, the best thing there.
Everything was delicious, but the Caesar salad really slapped. Like, really, 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 really good. And also the eggplant parm. I used to get the eggplant parm at this place called Shook when it used to be on Portland Street, and it used to be my favorite little hidden gem off of King West, but then they changed owners and they took it away, and I was so depressed after. So now I'm happy to have another eggplant parm in the city that I love.
Okay, I gotta give that a try. I haven't been back to Sugo in a while. I tried to get in maybe a couple months ago, and it's so hard to get in there sometimes.
Difficult.
They don't take reservations. Ben and Amanda actually went the other day, also around 5, and got in.
If you go like early afternoon, like evening, you'll be fine, like kind of before people are done work. But it filled up right after.
And like you said, big portions. Like I used to live 2-3 blocks north of Sugo, so I go pretty often, and like you can get 3 meals out of it pretty easily.
100%.
Go get the rigatoni. Rigatoni's my favorite.
The pasta was like, I had it for 2 days after. It was delicious. But anyways, it lives up to the hype. I would go back. I need to go to Sugo proper, but it's the same thing. It's the same menu.
Yeah.
So anyways, it was great.
Sarah, what about reading or watching? What do you got this week?
We are partnered with Prime Video Canada, which is so exciting because we are celebrating book to screen adaptations. And I went to their event. It was like a month ago, I think, or so. And they had a little event at the Well, and they had all these photo ops and stuff. And in that, I took a photo in the Maxton Hall photo booth, held up a lacrosse stick, all the stuff. Did not understand any of the context because I had never seen the show. But since then, your girl has binged Maxton Hall, and I really enjoyed it. It's a great little like teen YA romance, shut my brain off kind of TV show. I will say it took me almost 3 episodes to realize it was dubbed.
Honestly, that's a good sign.
No, it's a great sign. But okay, so it's originally in German.
Yeah.
And the story's originally in German. That's why. So it's like originally in German, was produced by a German. Anyways, it's all the actors are German. I didn't realize it was dubbed, like straight up. I was just like, I think I at one point was like, is the audio a little off? Okay, oh well. I just like kept watching, and I watched with subtitles anyways, so like it didn't really matter. The thing that gave it away to me that it was dubbed was they were texting and showing their text messages on the screen, and their text messages were in another language.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I paused it and I went, what?
I do like that. I do feel that that's a good sign, though, if it's hard to tell.
I couldn't tell.
Because it's just like, that is a story that makes sense in any market.
Universally. And also, granted, it's set in England. And the whole thing is about this girl trying to get into Oxford. Mm-hmm. So how was I supposed to know that it was German dubbed? Anyways, fantastic. Just like, if you are a fan of like The Summer I Turned Pretty and like, I don't know, like
this like enemies
love
to
triangles,
lovers,
enemies to lovers,
type,
all of these things, then Maxton Hall is a great show to watch. And I love YA. I love YA. I love watching them young little teens make stupid decisions. Then eventually I know they'll figure it out because like my frontal lobes develop. So I just love when there isn't, and I can like learn. You know,
and you want to fall back into that world a little bit.
And I love there's like some steamy like controversy right from episode 1 that locked me in. Maybe
there are a couple good scenes in episode 1 that I was just like, whoa,
maybe an inappropriate relationship is happening. So it's actually, that's what locked me in the second I saw that. I went, oh, okay, I see you, Pretty Little Liars core. That's what it was like. So anyways,
this is season 1 that we're talking about of Maxton Hall. Yes. However, season 2 of Maxton Hall is coming out on Prime Video Canada November 7th.
I'm excited to see it.
Do you have any predictions? Like, do you have anything you want to see? Just like more of the same?
I mean, I'm pretty like locked in. So the more of the same, I'm fine. I kind of love this is enemies to lovers on a different scale because like they are so cruel to each other at the beginning. Like really like arguably where I was like watching, I was like,
if you watch the first few scenes,
you're like, and
you stop there, you're just like, no, that doesn't happen.
I was literally like, how are these two supposed to fall in love? That's why I think it's a better payoff later, because it's like, how is that supposed to happen when they're so harsh to each other at the beginning? And I don't know, I love shows with affluent wealth in it, and that's why I love this show, because Maxton Hall's like this private school, and then it's like there's the wealth disparity, and then it's like the really rich kid is, oh my god, but it's a horrible relationship with his father.
I try to put myself in some of their shoes, so I'm like, I was like, yeah, I could see myself in this position as the person who's also on scholarship type of thing, right?
On scholarship, trying to go to Oxford, and my dad owns this massive clothing company, and then I have to now be the heir to that throne and whatever. So I love it, and I love anything set in England, to be honest, because it just feels like rich Saltburn energy, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of giving Saltburn in that way.
100%.
Which I love. It's a little freaky. There's all like, honestly, like, give it a shot. Like, give Maxton Hall a try. I had never heard of it before, obviously, because I didn't know it was in German. And
as we've talked about quite a bit over the last now 3 episodes, Prime Video Canada is doing some of the best book to screen titles out there for 100%. Sure. So like, if you haven't heard of Maxton Hall, I would definitely recommend go check it out.
And if you probably wouldn't even known it's dubbed if I didn't tell you. So
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, it's dubbed, but it's fantastic. And I just love a production budget. I love a big production budget, and you can tell it's a big production budget, and that's my favorite. Anyways, the new season comes out on November 7th. So if you want to catch up, start watching it now. It's 6 episodes. 6 episodes.
6 episodes.
It's only 6 episodes in season 1, so you can watch all 6 episodes. They're long, they're lengthy episodes, but you can watch all 6 before November 7th when the new season comes out.
And speaking of dates, we also have the winners coming up. I think there are maybe a couple of days left to enter our Prime Video Canada
Kindle bundle giveaway.
Yes. So
go to our Instagram, Talking Fast Show, and you can enter that. All the information's there, but you only have a couple days left to enter, and then you could be going home with a Kindle.
Yeah, I think the winners will be announced on Friday, actually.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So some people are going home with Kindle bundles, and you can be like Jacob and be an e-reader.
I am hooked on my Kindle now, honestly.
Now an e-reader girly, fully. Okay, Jacob, what are we listening to this week?
Okay, this is a little bleak. Have you seen recently that like mid to smaller tier musicians are like not panicking, but the vibe has gotten a little darker with regard to, is it a viable career option? I saw a post come out from one of my, I would say like an artist that I really, really like called Michigander. And he's kind of like an indie musician. I didn't realize until seeing his Instagram post pop up on my feed that he is like quite a small artist, that not a lot of people, obviously, based on his follower count on Instagram, are checking out. Go check out Michigander on streaming platforms, by the way. I discovered him through, I think, just like Spotify radio, I think. But he put out a post was basically saying, essentially, I need you to buy merch type of thing to be able to continue to support myself and make it viable to kind of tour around, because even touring is getting tough as a smaller musician.
JP Sachs made a big post
That's
about
exactly what I was going to bring up next, is like
a post on TikTok about it.
The super viral post about he wasn't selling enough tickets and needed to sell 20,000 tickets in like a day or 2 days or something like that.
Or else they were going to cancel the entire tour.
And they canceled the tour.
Did he not sell them?
He didn't know, and he canceled the tour.
Even though it was super viral?
Yeah.
So
a lot of people, and he did say a lot of people did end up buying tickets to his tour, but it like wasn't enough to make it financially viable to actually go forward with it, which is too bad, because like
because of how much you have to put up front probably for touring.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably just like a ton of different variables that go into it, and realistically, like if you have a mid-sized tour, you got to be paying a lot of heads that are going around with you,
and then you have to be hoping like you're making that money back off merch, but you can't predict
the
merch.
Margins have got to be pretty small, where like if you're making $50, is it over the whole tour, is it really worth your time, or should you maybe be like trying to sell 2 t-shirts?
We have some friends that are artists that are coming back, circling back on the pod in the next few weeks. We should definitely talk about this with them,
because it is a hot topic. I think like Dan Mangan, also another Canadian musician, has been talking about this quite a lot. He's a really cool guy to follow and a great musician. I don't know. It was a little disheartening recently to see so many of these type of posts pop up. So this is just like another reminder to like go and support your mid and smaller tier musicians that you like, so that they don't
You saying this and then the transition into who I'm listening to this week is ridiculous.
Wait, who are you listening to? I glanced down at my notes.
Because actually, transitioning because I'm good at my job. Speaking of people not selling out venues, I'm listening to the Jonas Brothers this week.
Okay. Did they not sell out venues? I don't know about this.
Okay, so they booked the Rogers Center again, which just like they didn't sell it out the last time, and like they had this whole issue with not selling out enough tickets, and then they rebooked it again this tour, which was only 2 years later. So I'm like, if you're like.
And Joe Jonas was walking around Toronto.
Put your ego aside and just play Scotiabank Arena. Like, it's only really like a 15,000 seat difference. And if you're not going to sell those 15,000 seats, there's Rogers. Rogers.
We're talking 50,000.
Yeah, we're talking 50,000 to 25,000. Like, that's the difference. And I'm just saying, like, you already didn't sell it out 2 years ago. And then, so this is what my friends and I did. When these tickets went on sale back in like November, they were like $230 for like the 100s. We're like, screw that. There is no way these tickets are selling out. This is not the Eras tour. There's no planet.
This is a recession indicator.
It's not selling out. So we put it in our calendar that the Jonas Brothers concert was coming up, and we just waited. Last week, we got 8 of us on the floor, $90 a ticket.
Resale?
No.
Just
Ticketmaster. They were
on
Ticketmaster and they dropped the prices. So now there's all this discourse on TikTok right now of people that are pissed who bought the tickets
and they're like,
in advance.
Hey, give me
and they're like, let me upgrade,
back.
or let me upgrade to a better seat. But it's just the reality of like when you buy the tickets. So my friends had learned from the last time, so we didn't buy tickets. We just were like, we'll just buy day of. But anyways, also says I've been listening to a lot of Jonas Brothers because like I don't know a lot of their new stuff, so I've been listening to it to like get up on the discography.
Yeah.
But it kind of does go into your conversation though of like, also just like play venues that are the right size. Like Maren Morris is an example. We've talked about her a lot. She is an artist that is changing genres. And so she used to play, like last summer she played Bud Stage as a country artist.
Yeah.
But now she's changed genres, has a new album, and she's playing History now instead. And she's selling out History because it's a smaller venue.
Which like, okay, there's a negative in that, are musicians making, is it a viable career? The other side of it is the good side of it for a fan, which is like you can go to these mid-sized smaller clubs and see artists that you really, really love,
which is the best experience.
Yeah,
it's way better,
and it's a better vibe too, because if it's packed, going
It's
to
better
be
energy.
way more fun than if like the
Like,
venue was
I
half
just think the
empty.
Jonas Brothers should have played Bud Stage. I think it would have been so much fun.
That would be a great Bud Stage show.
It'd be an unbelievable Bud. Like, Shawn Mendes is playing Bud Stage.
Yeah.
So, hello, put your ego aside. You don't need to play. I don't
Yeah.
think you need to play a stadium unless you have a stadium quality show, and I'm not convinced that it's going to be a stadium quality show. So we'll see. I'll circle back next week once I've
Okay, full review
seen the show.
incoming
I
of
will.
Jonas Brothers.
I will.
Sarah, what is something you did this week?
I went to the King's Plate, which is a horse race, and I got to wear a
Yeah.
fascinator. I loved wearing a fascinator. It was very fun.
Had you been before?
When it was the Queen's Plate, 6 years ago.
Didn't even think about that.
2019, I went.
Whoa,
Was
shout out
28?
Charles.
Yeah, shout out Charles. 2018 and 2019 was the last time I went.
Okay, what was the vibe?
It was good. It was not as busy as I thought it was going to be, but it was good. It was really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a bunch of friends, which is always a good time. And I love like horses, so I got to pet a horse. That was my big
Ooh.
goal. I got to pet a
Did you
police
place any
horse.
bets?
Yeah, and I lost $100, so we can't talk
Oh.
about that. It's a touchy subject. I'm normally really good at betting, and I was not on this day. But it was
okay.
really fun. I think it's a fun activity. Like, I actually think more people should go with like groups of friends because it's like a fun excuse to like get dressed up and you like
You were
place a couple
talking in
bets, you
accent?
have a drink.
Like a old
no,
English.
like
I
I'm on
would.
Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
You sounded like Liam Gallagher when you just said that.
Whoa, huge compliment.
But yeah, it was really fun. And I just think more people should like plan to go with like big groups of people because it's a fun like day out activity. And it's
Yeah.
like done by like 6 o'clock.
You know what would be so fun to do? Would be to play out a murder mystery with friends.
At the King's
At the
Plate.
King's
That's
Plate.
true, actually. That
They
would
let
be
you
really
do
fun.
that? How would they know?
Probably not.
How would they know? Meet me at the stables.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. But anyways, it was really fun, and
That's cool. I actually have wanted to go in the past. I've never been able to just like
yeah.
make it happen. So maybe I'll go next year.
Yeah, you should just like plan ahead and go because it's really fun. It's a good like end of summer activity.
I like it.
What about you? What is something that you did?
I went to the JacobMrrs lookalike contest here in the East End,
What are you
also
talking
known
about?
as Community Wines, which is
Oh.
a natty wine
I've still never
parking
been.
lot, bands, good food
Still never
event.
been.
I always run into people. You know, it's kind
I
of
get a
turned
f-
into a networking event a little bit, which
I
is
get a
tough.
photo every single time Jacob is at Community Wines. I get a photo sent to me out of context of him with a person that I know. Every
Not just
single time.
I would almost say like not just out of context, with negative context sometimes. Like it's more confusing than just like it would be.
Yeah, I wouldn't say negative, but yeah, it's always fun to see the photos. But yes, I think it's just like I'm like, where are you?
Yeah.
You're in like a parking lot. Like, what is this? What is
Yeah.
happening?
I don't know. Just like I always run into people that like I've
It's true.
only known in like an email inbox.
It's true.
Or just I only run into them at that event in particular. And this one was in the East End, super close to my house.
Love
so I had
that.
to go hit it up.
So like, do you bring a bottle of wine? How does it work?
Now they get a full bar. So they actually have like, they've now collaborated with Paradise Grapevine, I think. So they have like
okay.
2 of their own kind of house wines that they have on offer. And then they started out as like I think like a box service for importing natural wine as like a subscription service, and now just host parties essentially.
Fun.
They've grown quite a lot. So
Yeah.
they're always packed now. They did one under the Gardner, I think, too, in the
I saw
Benway. That was
that.
like
I saw that.
huge.
I need to go. Let me know when one is. I'd
Yeah,
like
it's
to
worth
go.
checking out. That might have been the last one for the year.
Of course it was. It's fucking. Also, people, summer does not end until September 21st.
No, well,
Stop pretending.
well, Sarah.
Okay,
let's
well, what are
move
you
on.
loving?
What I'm loving is leaves on the ground.
Boo.
Listen, there are so many people. Haley is one of them that gets so upset. Mostly because she likes to say that she does technically have a summer birthday, but
When's your birthday?
August 30th.
That's a summer birthday.
Yeah,
What do you
but
mean
now
technically?
the leaves. I start to say like, "Wow, fall's coming," and she gets really upset because leaves have started to go on the ground, and I think it's because it's been so hot outside that like the transition is happening maybe a little bit sooner this year. But there are full trees that have turned color and/or have dropped half or all of their leaves, and I'm liking it.
I'm not loving that
No?
at all. I don't like fall. You know that. It's not that I don't like fall. I just don't get the hype of fall.
You know what I haven't done in a while? I haven't worn a jacket.
Yeah,
I want to wear a jacket.
I don't. I love the heat. I
I'm
love
a
the summer.
huge jacket guy.
I'm a
my
big jacket.
My summer wardrobe is so
look,
boring.
I'm a big jacket guy too, but I love summertime. Love it. It's the best. People are the happiest.
I love summertime too.
There's so much going on. People choose to live their life not just for the weekend and do stuff after weeknights.
Whoa. What if-
In the summertime.
What if you could make the weekend summer, and the and Monday through Friday
fall? Is that your ideal? I feel like global warming might end up doing that for us, so I think we'll be fine.
Correct.
Anyways,
what are you loving?
I'm loving is my tan. Speaking of summer.
Oh, speaking of summer.
Look, I know some of you are listening to this, so you can't see it. Just picture a beautiful golden tan. I feel like the past couple summers, I've not gotten as tan as I like to in the summertime because I've been working in an office building and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Now that I work for myself and I walk everywhere and I'm hitting my like 15,000 steps a day at least, and I'm running a lot.
Yeah.
And running, you get so tanned. And I went to Europe, so I guess that also helped. But I feel like I've been getting so tanned. The other day when I was at the King's Plate, I ran into somebody who I had met just before, like, I left for my Europe trip. And I was like, hey, like, nice to see you again. And then she didn't recognize me at first. I took my sunglasses off. She went, oh my God. She goes, I would have never recognized you. You're so tan now.
Really?
I was like,
that's a huge compliment. We love to hear that.
So I'm loving my tan. And I think that's why I can't think about the fact that fall's coming, because then it's going to disappear. But summer is until September 21st. We do not put any slander. We're no longer in school. We're not children anymore. So summer goes until September 21st. Unless you are still in school, then that's different for you. But for us, summer is until September 21st.
And if you are in school, you're going to love this episode.
Yeah. Speaking of school, that's what we're going to talk about on the other side of this. We're doing another little themed episode for you. And today we're talking all about back to school.
I'm excited for back to school.
Even though it's still summertime for me.
You ever walk through a store and you're just like, ooh, back to school sales.
The fresh smell.
The fresh smells of a 5-star binder in the deep.
Crayons and pencils. I don't know.
Ooh, actually, what was your favorite item to get in a back to school shopping sale?
Probably like markers and stuff.
Markers?
I don't know, like markers,
New
highlighters.
Shoes.
Oh, backpack then.
New pair of shoes?
New shoes. I always had to go to Payless though.
Yeah.
No, but there's people that I had this discussion with my friends a little while ago. There were people that didn't know Payless existed, and I went, "You grew up with money. You were in a different tax bracket."
You weren't poor.
Payless because it was always BOGO, so you could get 2 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, 100%. It's a great deal. Payless.
And they always had knockoff versions of the cool shoes.
I would always go actually at Payless. I think a couple of times I would get like.
I got Converse.
I would get like runners and sandals as part of the BOGO. Because then you're just like, okay, you get one.
Yeah, buy one, get one.
Okay.
Anyways.
Well, for rapid fire, we're going to do enroll or drop out. So essentially a would you or won't you, and enroll or drop out for these questions, rapid fire-ish. Sarah, are you ready?
Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
Sarah, sitting in the front row of your class, enroll or drop out?
Drop out.
Really?
I was not a front row kid.
I was a front row kid in most of my classes.
I think I was like a second or third row kid. I didn't want to see.
You had like a barrier between you and the teacher.
Like I didn't want to seem like too keen, but I didn't want to sit at the back of the class. When I was little, yes. Like when I was younger, yes.
The only class that I sat back of the class was in English.
See,
Mr.
English is one of the ones I
Latour,
sat near the front.
Mr. Latour hated me. I would chat, and we had a vendetta against one another. He borderline should have been arrested for something that he did to me in class. And
what?
Yeah, and
you have so much trauma.
He was just like
it's
such
crazy.
I really do.
And we've never even scratched the surface of it.
It was nothing like super bad, but it was just like very intentional humiliation in front of the entire class.
Okay, I had something like that happen to me too.
But I refused to let him humiliate me, and I just won the class over with laughter. So, Mr. Latour, fuck you.
I actually sat near the front in English class, but no, it depended on the class. I went through a phase where I was trying to be cool, and then I would like try to sit in the back with those people, and it just was not for me. And then I went back to being like a second row kid. Oh, but then when I got a laptop, I was one of the first kids to have a laptop.
Did you go front row with the laptop?
No, I would go back row because I didn't want them to see that I wasn't on my computer.
You were just playing games?
I wasn't playing games, but I'd be like scrolling the internet. I was on Twitter. And so I didn't.
Did your school have one of those like blockers where like through the internet you couldn't go
but
to
with a
places?
VPN you could get around it.
I was a good kid, and I was like, well, it's probably there for a reason.
No, but Twitter they weren't allowed to block, so it was a news source. So I was always on Twitter anyway.
Oh yeah, what a good point.
Tweeting about One Direction, Justin Bieber. One time I was in class and Justin Bieber retweeted me while I was in class, and I had a panic attack in class because I was so excited because he retweeted me. AKA a member of his team retweeted me, but I didn't
what
care.
Happened? Did you faint or something?
I was so excited. I was freaking the fuck out. I was freaking out. And that was in the back of math class. I was not good at math. So it was crazy.
Those were huge things.
It was massive.
Yeah.
I didn't even tag him. He just saw my tweet and retweeted it.
Sarah, enroll or drop out a really fun elective that you want as part of your course schedule, but it's at 8 a.m. It's right at the beginning of the day.
Enroll. I would just do it. I did it in university.
I'm going to drop out. I'm not going to do that. If it's a good class that I want, it's got to be 11 a.m. or after.
I lived like so close to campus when I was at school that it just like, it was easy enough.
Are you a morning person?
No.
For school as well?
I'm not a morning person at all. Well, what do we define as a morning person?
Like you are active and like bubbly and could chat and could be an active participant.
I can chat as long as I've had a coffee with me. I can chat and be an active participant in the morning. I just don't like getting out of bed, but I can. But once I'm out, I'm like ready.
Okay.
So the thing is, I could be a morning person. I have the potential to be one. I just choose not to be.
Okay, so you would do it. You would take the go for the fun elective. Okay, enroll or drop out Friday classes.
Drop out.
I drop out for sure. I tried to arrange my schedule in university where I had no classes on Monday and no classes on Friday. So I had that 4-day weekend. It was amazing.
I did that too because I had to be at Gracie O'Malley's every single Thursday night. So
you had to be.
I had to
you
be.
Had to be.
I had to be.
Enroll or drop out volunteering at school.
Enroll because it's how I got my career essentially. It's because I did a ton of like volunteer
I think
stuff.
you kind of need some of those things. You need to be a member of a street team for sure. You need to I would say also get involved in like we both did this, get involved in like school government a little bit. You don't have to be a nerd about it, but like you can get involved in like
I think we were nerds about it, but yes.
You think? At least have an air of superiority while you do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Enroll or drop out, going out on a random night of the week, like a Tuesday.
Enroll.
I would say enroll. Yeah.
When you're in university, you have such a good liver and you're so young and you can function on like 3 hours of sleep.
4 years of it.
Yeah.
It's only 4 years of it. Definitely go and do it.
You can function on zero sleep when you're that young.
Enroll or drop out, going to university with a boyfriend or girlfriend, partner.
Drop out.
Whoa.
High school to university?
Okay, I didn't do this, but
I didn't either.
What would I do?
I was.
Yeah, I would drop out.
I was seeing a guy the summer before I went into university, and like we agreed we'd like end things like right before school because neither of us wanted to go to school with a
actually, there was a
other.
girl who was interested in something, and I said something. I'm the king of not letting people down softly, saying things that are like coming from the heart but end up sounding deeply inappropriate.
I do the same thing,
and it breaks hearts. Not in like I'm not saying I'm a heartbreaker. It's just like I'm not very good with my words when it comes to those type of emotional situations. But I would probably drop out.
So would you say to her?
I don't want to say it.
Okay, well, I can't be worse than what I did because I started pre-planning to. I literally did not date in high school because I didn't want to go to university with a boyfriend.
Really? Wait, that's the that's a crazy reason.
Like I was so I'm getting out of Coburg. Fuck this place.
True. There's not gonna be a love story that keeps you there.
My mom would be like, "Why are you not dating?" I go, "Do you think my husband's in Coburg?" Like that's literally like what I would say. I would hang out with people, but like and see people, but I never would let anyone be my boyfriend when I was in Coburg because I was like, absolutely.
There is a line. I don't know. I don't.
But so I started prepping that whole thing in like grade 9, like 4 years ago, because I already knew I was going to move to the city, all this stuff. I told somebody, and this I feel so bad about because he was such a good person, but I told him, "You're the type of person I date at like 28." When I was 16, I said that.
The forethought that you had.
Isn't that crazy? But me thinking 28 was old. Like me
20, yeah.
That was my way of saying like when I'm ready to get married and settle down. It was insane. Anyways, all to say is drop out. Don't go to university with a relationship.
Enroll or drop out, buying a bunch of school merch in first year.
Enroll.
I'd enroll in that.
That's so fun.
Don't spend all your money on it.
But wear it with pride. Remember the RTA sweaters? Everybody had to have one.
Yeah, but you know what? There was like, wasn't it for a while the RTA sweater was like not actually RTA program? It was like Registered Training Associate or something like that.
I have no
like
idea
it
what you're
didn't actually
talking
mean it.
about.
I have no idea. I would say get it. Just do it. Just get one.
Get it.
Rip it up for the whole 4 years that you're there.
Do it. We can't wear our university merch anymore.
There's nothing.
So.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, true.
We're not allowed
there's
to.
There's nothing. We should go and get TMU sweaters.
We should. I would wrap a TMU sweater.
Yeah, me too. Enroll or drop out, buying a whole new wardrobe for first year. I'm gonna enroll in this hard. There is no better time. Even if you've already started university and you're in second year going into, or you're finished second year going into third year, reinvent yourself.
100%. You get to move to a new city or town. Nobody knows who you are. Maybe a few people, but you get to completely change who you are as a person from the inside and the outside.
And this goes to if you're graduating university and you're going into your first job, or if you're changing jobs, you can have a completely different look.
Yeah.
You could get like 5 tattoos.
And or 6 like I have.
Get a face tat.
Get a face tat. Get a neck tat.
Get a neck tat. A lot of people have them.
A lot of people have them. They're really in right now.
Enroll or drop out. Not going to class. I'm gonna drop out of that. Don't
Drop out.
go to class.
Why would you?
Go to
Don't know
class.
what I would do, because I paid for my own university. Is I had a reminder I had a little sticky note on my MacBook that told me how much money each hour of class cost.
Oh, that's tough.
Because then it guilt me into
That'd be
going to class.
expensive.
Yeah, no, it's once you realize that like how much money you're wasting if you're not sitting in class.
There is only
it's
one
insane.
class I didn't go to. I went to it twice, and it's because we realized after that second class that everyone was getting the same one of 3 marks, and it was all bullshit. And
Okay,
so
that's
we
fair
just,
then.
like,
Yeah. If you're
phoned it
wasting
in
if
then.
it's like wasting your time
And at that point, it was like, but fill that time with something else.
So I was the
productive.
queen of like doing a bullshit elective, and then I would do my other classwork in that class.
Totally.
Because at least then it forced me to sit down and do it instead of going and
Totally.
to the bar.
I would do the same. I would do the same. Enroll or drop out. Going to a school far away from home. Definitely enroll. Definitely enroll.
not that either of us went like too far from home, but far enough that it's like, as Jacob would define it, as a road trip.
It does feel far. Even like an hour and a half feels far.
Yeah, I still have to take the train home.
And if you have to move to a new city, go and do that. There are only a few opportunities in life, I think, that you have to make a big pivotal change in your life. And the university that you choose, or a job that you maybe accept right out of after university is one of those moments where you can totally reinvent yourself, not just with your wardrobe, but where you live.
I wonder if that girl ever moved grocery stores.
Yeah, if
and
you
moved
did,
to Vancouver.
we need an update on.
I hope you moved
on
to
your
Vancouver.
life. I hope so
she
too.
Did. Hope she did.
Enroll or drop out. Going to a different school than your high school friends.
Enroll.
Definitely.
Then you'll
enroll.
make new friends.
As
someone whose entire core friendships and every core relationship in my life is my university friends, it was the best decision I ever made.
I keep up with maybe 1 or 2 people from my high school, and I had especially my last year, had a really good core group of people, and I don't keep up with them anymore.
It happens. I have my 3 girls from home, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Last one: enroll or drop out. Sticking through a program you hate.
Not worth your money. Don't do it.
Definitely don't do it.
You can always change.
If you figure out that you hate the program that you're in 3 years,
most programs,
after,
if you're within the same school, you'll be able to transfer credits. So
100%.
even if it takes you an extra year, it's worth it.
And if you're gonna restart at something, you may as well take that. Like, even if you only get 1 credit, you still have a head start, and there's no reason to be doing something that you hate, especially if you're paying money for it.
But also, you can like get your degree and then not work in it. Like, I was hanging out with a friend the other day who I went to school with him and I forgot. He has an engineering degree, but now he works at a magazine running social media.
Yeah.
He wears his pinky ring still because he's like, it was the hardest thing I ever did. I still got that engineering degree, but like he just doesn't use it anymore, which is totally fine.
I respect that more than
Yeah,
people who just like,
pivoted.
stay in a career because they
Think they
want
have to
grow in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a few voicemail questions we're going to fire through all about school. This is mostly about university because, I mean, high schoolers don't listen to our podcast. It's just a reality of life.
I got the first one here, Sarah.
Okay.
I'm going to a different school than all of my high school friends. I'm more of an introvert, so I don't always put myself out there. What can I do to break out of my shell and make friends?
I think university is or college is the absolute easiest place to do this because everybody is in the same boat.
Yeah.
Like every single person there is trying to make new friends and wants to chat, whatever. That's why things are made. Like Frosh Week and everything exist for a reason. So participate in Frosh Week activities, go to
And
those types of things. And you'll find your people.
Those activities. Because I know that, like you're talking about in this question, you're more introverted and you don't want to be doing extroverted activities. But like Frosh Week might seem a little bit extroverted on the surface, but like if you show up, you're gonna find the people that you vibe with pretty quickly.
It's group activities. Like it's set up. The reason Frosh Week is successful and they keep doing it is because it is set up for students to succeed in meeting new people and finding friends and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
and like we were just talking about like jumping ship. If you're not feeling it, you can do that with activities as 100%. Well. Like sign up for classes outside of like extracurricular type stuff, either in school or find I don't know, find an art class or something to go and
there's so many of those
city.
Things on campus and stuff too, activities and stuff.
100%.
So.
And if you're not liking it, go and try something else.
But everyone's in the same boat, so you will be able to find your people.
And it's tough, but like just the exposure therapy of challenging yourself to like go up and start a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
More than likely, they're also feeling a little bit nervous, or maybe they're also a little introverted, but like that one hello can like totally give you your
Well,
next
think
best
about
friend.
just like sitting next to somebody in class. How many people I met just because I sat next to them was like, hi, I'm Sarah.
Yeah.
That's all you do. So simple.
And understanding too that like those pleasantries are also very low risk.
Yes.
Because it's not like you're trying to find your best friend by saying hello to someone, and
Because-
you may never talk to that person again.
But you're just, it's such low hanging fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm currently in a relationship. Oh, sorry, but everything I just said. And we want to make it work through university. We're going to schools on the opposite sides of the country, and everyone around us being super negative about long distance. Oh God, I feel so bad. I just bashed all these. We don't want to break up, and our friends are making it harder by reminding us all the time that long distance sucks. Any advice for maintaining a relationship in uni and what to expect?
Listen, I don't know your relationship super personally. It's gonna be tough.
Yes. But if you don't want to break up though, don't break up. Like, don't break up just because people are telling you to.
No, 100%.
No.
And it's not going to be tough. I feel like, I don't know. I've seen this has been a trend on TikTok recently. I don't know why it's being fed to me, but it's like, I think a lot of the hesitancy sometimes is like, oh, they're going to go to a university and they're going to find someone else and fall in love with someone else.
That's
It's
not
like,
what happens.
that's not
That doesn't
what's
happen.
really tough about it.
No.
What's tough about it is like you're both going to have two very different schedules. Maybe you're going to be in different time zones. It's going to be important to be more intentional about like booking time off to
You're gonna
have
make
like
new
Zoom catch-ups.
friends.
Yeah, and you're going to want to put time and energy, as you should, into building those friendships and not staying just connected to the one person romantically, which is important. And if that's important to you, definitely maintain that relationship, and it's very doable. But like, you both have to be coming at it from the same place of like, we're both committed to finding that time, finding time to go travel to each other, to see each other.
Exactly.
And then at the opposite side, which I think is sometimes more important than making time for each other, is like making space for each other. Like you said, if you're putting time and energy into other friendships that you're building with new friends, let your person go and do that, because they need that person who's like going to be beside them, the new girlfriend or something like that, who's going to be able to support them on the ground while, you know, you're apart.
Well, look, it's going to be difficult. Like, your friends are not wrong. I'm sorry they're being really negative about it. And I'm sorry that I was really negative and saying you shouldn't go to university with a boyfriend or girlfriend. If you really don't want to break up, you don't have to. I'm just saying it is going to be very difficult. And I would also just caution you to, as long as it's not allowing you to hold back, which by the sounds of it, this isn't, because you are choosing different schools.
Yeah.
I think where I really get like worried is when it holds them back, because then every single waking minute you have, if you're going to be talking to your partner or you're flying to them, whatever, and then you're going to miss out on opportunities around you, that would make me sad for you.
And maybe you discover, you get like 1 year into it and you're like, I don't like this program. I'm going to go to transfer to their school.
Who knows what's going to happen? But I just don't want you to miss out on other opportunities.
And I would say,
this.
like, if the relationship is already on the fence a little bit, definitely break up.
Yeah, but I don't think by the sounds of it is on the fence. By the sounds of it, it's like they're very keen, like, to make it work.
But if someone else is listening and you're like, I don't know about this, if you're questioning
then just don't.
send them off to pastor.
Turkey dump.
I hope that's helpful. Next question.
It's gonna be like crying.
Also, keep us updated on how it goes. We would love to chat.
Yeah, we'd love to chat.
Next voicemail question. I'm going into my second year of university, and I'm already stressed about getting an internship by my fourth year. What can I do now that can help my application and resume going forward?
Like what we were talking about earlier. So first year, this is how it worked for me. First year, I dedicated to partying. And I did not volunteer. I did a little bit of volunteer work and stuff, but I didn't really do any like extracurricular, like student council, whatever stuff in first year. Second year is when I started to lock in, because I was like, okay, I need to start being a grown up. I live in an apartment now. I'm not in residence. Like, I can be a little bit more grown up. And that's when I started like volunteering more. So your school sets you up for success in the sense of there's so many things that you can do to gain experience, quote unquote, and meet people within the school system as it is. An example, we went to TMU, which there was a lot of like opportunities for volunteering in like broadcasts or like media and this types of things. So just like, even if it's like extra work, like put your hand up for those types of things, and that's going to help build your resume and help people refer you to then be able to get an internship, because if all you have on your resume is the part-time job you worked that's not in the same industry, it's not going to work. Like, you need to use your program and use your degree to your advantage. And it's so easy to play that I'm a student card, like I just want to learn, and people are really willing to like help you out. Like, that's why I got to go on set of like all these different shows. I would just cold email them and be like, I really want to learn about this production, can I come on set? And then I would put on my resume that like I worked on set.
If you just use the terminology of like reaching out to people and not asking them for an internship, which seems like a big commitment ahead of you trying to land this, hopefully bigger internship, just ask them if you could shadow them for a day, which is basically what you're talking about, right? Is like, hey, can I just come, maybe not even for a day, couple hours, let me see what your work experience is like. Maybe it's something that I can help you with. I've got a couple of skills. Maybe I could do like little jobs for you if you really want to, or I can just like get an understanding. And then like Sarah, you just said, be creative with how you put that on your resume.
Exactly.
And it is experience that shows initiative. And I think that that's the biggest thing is like, whether it's shadowing someone, trying to get another shorter term internship, getting some kind of relevant work experience around campus or something like that. The other thing that's going to be, I think, hugely beneficial is what is that other project that shows initiative? And that could be something that like is not it's not a money maker, but maybe it's more of a passion project, but it's something that maybe you're building from the ground up. A lot of people who want to get into journalism, it's like, have a random blog where you're just like consistently posting.
adventuresofsj.com.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not a negative against you if you're not getting, or if you're posting TikToks and you're getting like 10 views on each one. Doing that shows initiative, and maybe it like helps you hone your creative skills and editing skills and that kind of stuff. No one cares about the amount of views or like performance or money that you're making off the top. I always said that to students.
I would have interns apply and they would tell me, I go, what's your goal? They're like, well, I want to be on air one day. I go, show me your TikTok.
Yeah.
And they go, what do you mean? I go, if you want to be on camera, the number one thing is repetition. And you have a platform that literally allows you just to freely post, even if your videos are private, I don't care, but just show me that you're like actively initiating things and doing it yourself. So there's so many things between your school program and like the school is there to help you out. Like, you're paying a lot of money to be there. Like use everything to its advantage. I got to go to VidCon twice because I applied for grant money to be sent there. So I was like, I'm not learning about YouTube. I want to go to VidCon to learn about YouTube, and I got to go twice for that. And then I was able to use that to build network and intern and whatever. So there's so many things that you can do. Think outside the box. If you just go to class, I always say a university degree is not just going to class. Like, if you do that, you're getting a piece of paper, but you're not getting the actual experience of university.
The most amount of effort that I put into anything in university were those side projects. Was doing a web series, like a huge production, or like my practicum outside that had nothing to do with, I wasn't getting coursework credit for it, but it was right on par with the type of stuff that like I should be doing to get into the industry a little bit. And that's so important.
I like this question. We're going to end off on this one. University hasn't been what I thought it would be. I haven't really made any close friends, so I feel like I'm missing out on a key part of uni life. What can I do to put myself out there? I think, I feel like the only answer is you have to put yourself out there. No, like if right now you haven't found your people, you haven't found your group, then you got to swim in different water. Go to a different pond, go fishing somewhere else, because like that's just the reality of it. Like, if you look at your other interests, find another group, find another, like, there's
I know a lot of people who met a core group of friends like working a job in university, like a part-time job. True. It's like, maybe university for you is like the coursework is some part of, a little part of it, but like maybe you can go and get a job and make a ton of friends that way.
My best friend, I did not, like, we were friends in university, like we hung out here and there, whatever, but we did not become close. And until 4th year of university. Yeah. And that was because we were working on a major project together, and we just became so tight. Like, sometimes it is about timing, and it's a project you're working on or a place you're working or whatever, but I do think you need to put yourself in different spaces. I don't think it's necessarily about like how much you're putting yourself like extrovert out there. I think find yourself in different spaces and put yourself in different rooms. So whether it's like different things that you're interested in, like I don't know, like we say like run clubs, this, that, whatever. But there's so many campus groups and so many groups on campus. Find a different room to put yourself in.
Do you also think, like, I've read this, I don't know if this is just me being really out of touch, but like there are a lot of news articles out there these days about Gen Z not partying. Is this real?
Is that a thing?
If you're in Gen Z, can you tell me if this is real? Because I would say
That's how I met a lot of friends.
The
biggest
watch
rager.
like 90s rom-coms.
Watch
and then
Project X and
throw a
then
party like that.
throw a rager.
Did you throw parties?
Every single weekend.
I threw
Babe
every
Cave,
single day.
Every single weekend. I was the Budweiser campus rep, so I
Yeah,
also
right.
had free beer at my parties.
I threw parties too. Like
I was
cops called
Babe Cave.
quite often.
See, this is the thing. We were in a condo, so we threw pre-parties, but we threw ragers for pre-parties. And the people that lived beside us were never there, so we never got noise cleaned. It was actually absurd. Yeah, Babe Cave was known for throwing ragers.
And you can like build a little bit of a. I got a little bit of a reputation for being a bouncer at a local house that would have house parties.
What, Seton House?
No, the
Mint Mansion.
God, I forget what it was called.
Mint Mansion and Seton were the two that I partied at a lot.
Julia's place.
I don't know. But Mint Mansion and Seton were the two that
Mint.
Mint.
Oh, yeah, I went there. I wasn't there, but I went there quite a lot.
Mint, rest in peace, Mint Mansion. But like, that's the thing, is like you become known for like living in these houses or like one of these places. Or like I remember I got invited by my frosh leader. Shout out Oris. He was my frosh leader, and he looked at me. He goes, "If you're not," he goes, "You seem cool. You want to come to Seton tonight?" I go, what does that mean? He goes, "It's a house party. Don't worry about it." I showed up and I thought I was the coolest fucking thing on the planet because I was the first year getting invited to a Seton
There
party.
is something cool about a house party in
The best.
Toronto.
In Toronto,
too.
it's
because it's like you're like, do houses even exist? And all of a sudden, it's just like a house packed.
The core memories of going to school in Toronto is you go to like clubs way too early. Like you're going to clubs and bars way too early, getting your fake ID, but also the odd house party. But also you somehow always end up at a U of T frat house party. Is another part of the experience, which is right here on the street where the Maddie. You go there, exactly. Yeah. So I feel like it's like a universal experience, and then you hide your coats in the cushions of like the brownie is kind of what the experiences always were. But I do want to end this podcast on a note. What's with the TMU slander?
Yeah, go check out the clip on TikTok where we're talking about TMU.
And that a girl told me I shouldn't tell people that I went to TMU. And I would just like to point out that same girl told me just tell people to go to Western. Western was my safety school.
Western was my safety school as well. I can't even remember the name of the program I applied for. Western sucks. London, Ontario sucks.
You're being a lot more harsh than I was.
Jax sucks.
Wow. We're going all in.
Yeah, why would you want to go there?
I just don't understand the TMU slander.
No, you know what it probably was? It was probably someone who listened to this podcast and heard me say a lot of shit about U of T.
Oh.
Because I slander U of T, rightfully so, though. Bunch of nerds.
Yes, but like you know that they're nerds, so that's fine.
I think that there is
my favorite is when you meet someone from U of T that doesn't seem like they'd go to U of T and you're like, what? You're like, actually cool? I don't get it.
TMU, I think, does have a reputation of being like that the programs aren't great, but I think that's just people who don't actually
know anything
and never considered going and never actually
TMU has the only degree granting practical media school in the country, and that's where we both went to school.
And if you look at the acceptance rates, they rival probably any of the top schools with top programs at certain schools as well.
Yeah, like
for our program,
we had to have like a 93 average to get into our program. It was crazy.
And it was like only. Anyway, we're the
and
best.
you had to interview. You do all these things. It was crazy. I had to make a video.
Sarah, you're going to be a professor at
I know.
TMU.
This is a great transition. I did get approached about potentially developing a course. So, sorry, Western. You could have had me. But
yeah, no. Wow. Really dropped the ball.
I don't think I've ever really been to London, Ontario anyways. But yes. So am I biased? Because as an alum also. But I just don't get the TMU.
I would die for TMU.
It's a little dramatic.
No,
Jacob's just pitching himself for a course now.
I was like, what the hell? Give me a course.
You can teach it when I don't want to anymore. How about that?
Yeah.
That's a great.
Okay.
You can be a guest lecturer. When I don't want to teach people branded content, you can come in and do it.
Perfect.
I'll be like, actually, I don't do any of my branded content. Here we go. Anyways, to all those heading off to university for the first time, best of luck. I don't know if that young of people listen to this podcast, but that's really exciting. And it's the best time ever. I miss university. You know, when they're like, you don't realize you're in the good old days or whatever. Like that's
those were good old days.
Were the good
there are
old
still
days
that will be good in the future, but those were really good
next
old
match.
days,
like
sure.
Jacob and I, when we like,
do you think we were ever at the same party at that Mint House?
100%.
Probably.
Probably the one that I got drugged and then fell down the stairs and ended up in an ambulance.
Oh my God, I have a story that involves an ambulance at that house too.
Yeah. That was the stories of the Mint Mansion. But also say is go and get an education too. There's more than just the party stories. But we hope you have a great semester, year. Live, laugh, love.
Yes.
Have the best time at university. I wish I was still in it, and I feel really nostalgic
about it right now. And send us your
now.
horror stories from university as well, because we'd love to read them.
We love it. And let us know about your turkey dumps. We like the updates.
If the relationship works out or doesn't work out, keep us updated.
I've been Sarah. That's been Jacob. Thank you so much for listening. We have new episodes every single Wednesday. We'll see you next time. Bye.